We are living in the hour of the last days, and we need all the wisdom possible to guide us to heaven. May this one we are about to learn, personal budget, help us also to prepare ourselves, because this is a period of accountability, and we are going to account for everything you have bestowed upon us in this last day. Help us not to take anything for granted. Teach us by yourself, by your grace, for we pray in Jesus' name. Personal budget. And the subtitle says, the proposed working document for the year 2023. I want to ask you a question. Who can manage money better among those lists? Doctor, lawyer, pastor, accountant, bricklayer, mechanic, market woman, banker, husband, or wife? Okay, we are going to find out. I know we have some wives here, have you? We'll find out whether they are the one that can manage money very well. Who is more stingy? Among the doctors, lawyer, pastor, accountant, bricklayer, mechanic, market woman, banker, husband, or wife? Who is more stingy? Do you think you can steal your money? Do you think you can steal your money? Do you think you have stolen your money before? Eh? Wisdom is a principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all that getting, get what? That is Proverbs 4 verse 7. Content of the study. So we are going to know the definition of budget, types of budget, parts of budget, reason for budgeting. Who should budget? Features of a good budget. Nature of money or facts about money. Biblical facts about growing money. Financial goals. 7 smartest things you can do for your finances. These are things we are going to cover. Then we'll now do practice. I hope you are ready. Division of budget. Budget is an estimated income and expenses for a particular period of time. Estimated income and what? Expenses. Meaning, why is it estimated? It means that you prepare budget for a period of time when the period has not started. So you are estimating what you are going to do. That's why in Nigeria, you see the federal government or the president trying to submit his budget around September. Against what? The following year. So and how do you estimate? You estimate it based on your previous historical transactions. What you have done before, that is what projected you, or you are going to use to project your estimated income and expenses for a particular period, which is what? The period that is ahead of you. Types of budget. We have recurrent or household budget, and we have capital or investment budget. You see, One thing I want you to understand is that this budget, I pattern it the way it will be easy for a Nigerian man or woman to understand. Do you understand? It's not scientific. So that's what I want you to understand. So some terms I'm going to use may not be what you are used to. But most important thing is something you can be able to what? Practice. That is my focus. So recurrent or household budget. Capital or investment budget. Recurrent budget is a budget that is within, or a project that lasts within a period of 1 year, or within a short time period. Okay? And it's more or less like a consumption for day-to-day running of your home or personal life. While capital budget or investment budget, as the name implies, is something that can generate income. Okay? And it takes longer time for you to execute such budgets. In capital budget, it could be like, for instance, building. You know, sometimes you don't finish building within a year, abi? It can last more than 1 year. It can last for a longer time. So that is the difference between recurrent and capital. And you know, mostly Nigeria seems to be running on recurrent. That's why our development is not fast. So if you are running on recurrent budget, if your life is full of recurrent, that means you are just consuming everything that you are making. And you won't have hope of growth, or serious growth, that will be of help to others tomorrow. Forms of budget. We have mental budget, we have physical budget, and written budget. Mental budget is a type of budget in which you just assume, or you have some wonderful thing you wish to do. When a particular money comes, for instance, we have entered 2023. Maybe before the end of 2022, you are saying, okay, in this year, coming year, or in this year 2023, I will buy a vehicle, or buy a car, or I will relocate to a better apartment, or I will change my wardrobe, or I will buy a new phone. There are things you wish, wonderful things you wish, or I will start my master's, or I will buy the great controversy, maybe 100 copies to share. You may have some noble or ideas, what you wish to do. But what do? You put it in your memory. You say, I will do this when I get so money. Or as I'm earning salary, I'll be doing this. That is mental budget. And the danger of mental budget is that you may forget because you are a human being. You know, there is how money what money does to people. You know, as we are going to see as we continue, money excites people. Or you may receive the money you wanted to use and buy great controversy up to 100 copies. Something will just happen. Either in your family and somebody will call you. It will make you to forget that thing you wanted to do, the most important thing you wanted to do with that money. So when that call comes, what do? You remember there is money in your what? Pocket. You just give out the money. After you will remember what you wanted to do with that money. That's the problem of mental budget. Physical budget. Physical budget is also similar to mental budget. The only difference between physical budget and mental budget is that it's a situation whereby you are designing something like a box. In that box, you have maybe envelopes. Okay? You say you are going to buy a car by August. And what you will do, you have an envelope whereby every month you earn salary, you put into that envelope. Just like you are just physical. So you are putting it, all the different projects, you'll be putting money for them. And at the end, what will happen to physical budgets? Somebody can carry the box, I hope you know. And all the money will disappear. And in physical budgets, you don't have a summarized way of viewing your budget and see what you are doing financially. But written budget is the best way to prepare your budget. Okay? You have to have a documentation. You have your income statements, expenditure statements, and the rest of them. So that will have you have a picture, as we are going to see, a picture of what you are doing. Nature of budget. We have deficit budget, we have surplus budget, and balanced budget. A deficit budget is a budget that you plan in which your expenditure exceeds your what? Income. When expenditure exceeds income, the budget is what? Deficit. Okay? Surplus budget is when income exceeds what? Expenditure. The budget is what? Surplus. Well, balanced budget is when income equals expenditure. And budget is meant to be what? Balance. Very, very important. Reason for budgeting. It puts you in control of your financial life. You see, when you do budget, it makes you to be in control of your money or your financial life. It makes you to know what you are doing. It helps you to achieve goals because it's very systematic. It enables you to accomplish much. It keeps you focused. It makes you know what you are doing. You are not carried away by emotion. Okay, you know there are some people when they see 1 million naira in their account, they are excited, they change. Yeah? They can even slap somebody unnecessarily because they have money to face the problem. It helps you to live within your what? Income. That's what budget does. You can be planning to buy Jeep when your salary is about 100,000 naira, and you say at the end of the month you will buy Jeep. When the 100,000 naira is equal to 1.2 million naira, and Jeep is about 1.5, abi? Because from that 100,000 you will eat, you will transport yourself. So you don't just do that. It serves as a communication tool. Yes, budget is like what? A communication tool. You use it to communicate to your family, to your wife, to your children, to your friends. And sometimes, that's why I ask you that question. Sometimes when you tell people, this is not in my budget, it looks as if you are stingy. Am I right? It's not in my budget. It's not in your budget. It means that you want to live within your means. Somebody is coming with something that you cannot afford. Are you going to kill yourself? It starts you on a path to a good habit. Yes. You will live a very decent life when you live according to your means. Who should budget? Can somebody quickly call out this answer? Who should budget? Everybody. That means the work is half done already. Okay. Yes, everybody. Everyone who handles money. Who doesn't handle money here? Nobody. Daniel, do you handle money? Where is Daniel? Okay, especially those with limited income. Married couple. People who share on the expenses. Okay? You see, if you are intelligent enough, you make requests to people that you hope they will help you with something on time. You see, people make requests at a dying minute. There is a kind of somebody, if he calls you, you will know. Even if he doesn't make it afternoon and drop the call, you will know he will call again. Like he's looking for something. Do you understand? So, but if you keep a good relationship, by this period of time, or September, October, you should be able to, if you know somebody in which that person should help you, you start nursing the idea of informing that person. So that when the person is planning, the person will put you a budget. Very important. You know a situation where that's why people who share on the what? On the expenses. Yes. I said, now my organization puts me in budget because they know that I'm important to them. And even you, where you work, they put you in budget. And it's difficult for an organization to spend outside their budget. That's why everybody must be what? Captured. All your expenses, your medical, all that you need to spend, they need to spend on you, they will capture it. Okay? And let me tell you something. I ask you a question. Do you think you can steal from yourself? You say no. And you know that when you spend outside the budget, you have stolen it. Eh? Then do you have budget? Have you not been spending? Okay. Features of a good budget. It must be what? Written down. It will be realistic. It's something, you don't do budget that is not realistic. You can't say you will do what you cannot be able to do. It's just like you saying I have faith and you close your eyes and start crossing expressway. That is foolishness, am I right? Yes. It will be what? Realistic means that you must plan within your what? Earning. Anything you plan outside above your earning, you are making a mistake. And it's going to be dangerous. It must be what? Understandable and communicable. It's something that budget you are planning is something that's supposed to be understood by those that will partake what? In the budget. And it's as I said before, it's a communication tool. So it's something that you use to let your family know the direction everybody's what is going. It must be flexible. That is where people think that people that are doing budget, they are still. No, they are not. You are not preparing budget to tide yourself. That you cannot do like this. No. As you are going to, it's a very beautiful something. Do you understand? Though sometimes women, they feel that you are restricting them. But if they understand it, they will smile. They will smile. Okay? It's flexible. You can adjust it. It's your budget. You are not making it to kill you. It must be what? Participative. Everybody should be able to contribute and participate in the execution of the budget. It should be everybody's what? Interest to ensure that the budget is followed and is executed. And it will what? It will be what? Balance. The income and expenditure should what? Balance. Nature of money or fact about money. You see, fact one. Nobody brings wealth into this earth. If you know anyone that does that, you let me know. And nobody takes wealth from this earth. Man, number three, man or woman is a manager of wealth on earth, not in the grave, neither in heaven, but here on earth. We are to manage wealth. And money is a survival. It stays ahead of the manager. You don't come with money. You will meet money as you came. And the money you have acquired, if you like, be Dangote or Bill Gates or be the chief of CBN. No matter how much you have, that amount will outlive you, whether you like it or not. Wealth is slippery. It can fly away. Money does not make one happy. Do you agree with me? But money, number 7, money may not make you happy, but can buy you what makes you happy. Depends on what makes you happy. There are people that if they remember, by November, when they remember they are going to camp, they are happier than any other person. Am I right? Depending on what makes you happy, and you will spend, you will save, protect everything that will make you to come here. So what money may not make you happy, but can buy you what makes you happy. Money is never too much. Have you ever seen someone that has so much money and they stop looking for money? It's only one person. I know one. And that is a fool in the Bible. You can see the Bible call him what? A fool. You think he doesn't need money again. when there are many poor people to feed. And the Bible recorded that he was what? His life was taken away. Money is enjoyed when you are alive. The dead does not use money. Am I right? Even if you like put a golden wallet in their pocket and bury them, they cannot use it. When money is grows slowly, it lasts what? Longer. Those that are looking for fast money, please think again. What is the condition of those that participated in MMM? Disappointment. Don't worry when people are flourishing. Huh? The Bible says that David said he was what? Jealous of the rich man. Abi? Until when you see their what? Their end. So don't worry when somebody seems to be flourishing. Let them not move you. When you grow money slowly, the soup that tastes best, how is it cooked? It takes time to be cooked, Abi? Yes. That's why sometimes you see her have to delay it. And at the end, you eat and smile. She takes her time, okay? And she gets it done. So you have to grow money gradually with patience. I think I was discussing with the commissioner this morning. You know, we are talking about people, Anambra people. The Anambra people, they are very rich, I mean. They are very rich. But you know the patience they exercise to go through the servant period. Some of them serve for 7 years, more than. They continue to learn. They wear palm slippers. They used to be insulted. They go through a lot of humiliation. But when you see them, you will honor them at last. When they are settled, you will see them performing. But you see our people, other parts of the instances, they want to get that money quick. They don't want to have patience to serve. Inherited wealth does not come with developed character appropriate to manage it. You see, the people that their father or their mother or their family have a lot of money, you see them, the character to manage that wealth is always not there. And they will waste it. Unlike most of us that started from scratch, that suffer. So, inherited wealth does not. And why? Why is that? It is because you see the parents of the rich pampering their children. They wouldn't like their children to have experience they had. They want to pamper them, they carry them in the vehicle to school and bring them back. And they will give them driver. In their house, they cannot watch plates. They can't even wash their clothes. So how can you expect such a person to be able to manage the wealth? That is a problem. So when you are training your child, after you have suffered so much and make money, you say my child will not suffer. You are killing that child. The language shouldn't be coming out of your mouth. What you should know, if what you have gone through made you better, will you not allow your child to go through that route? Why did Jesus say they have persecuted me, they will persecute you? Does he know what persecution will do? He knows. That was why he allowed us to go through. When the early church, the church at Ephesus, when they were going through persecution, were they better or worse? They were better. Far better than what? The Laodicea. Well separate friends, unfortunately. That is true. When someone gets wealth, he seems to withdraw from what? From his friends. Unfortunately. Because of money, many has been killed. Husband, wife, brother, and friends. You see, when you are getting money and when you are growing, you be careful. Okay, I think I'll get to 15. Let me leave there. I will emphasize more on that on 15th. Money gives people power. Too much money endangers one's life. And that is why you have to be very careful on your conduct when you have money. And when you are growing with money, be careful on your conduct. Money tends to change people the way they are living. Those that are living in one room, when they get to work in an oil company, they will go to an estate. What stops you from continuing in one room? What? It's money now. It's money. And who will tell people that you have money? You. So you are the one that what? Endangers your life. What stops you from wearing the same clothes you be wearing? Do you understand? So when you learn some principles, you know that you shouldn't allow things to change you. When money comes into your hand, don't change. Don't remain yourself. Money excites people. And that's people that operate without budget. As I am now, money doesn't excite me. No matter how much. It doesn't excite me. And the worst aspect of it, you don't know when I have money and when I don't have. I'm just like that. And that's how it's supposed to be. Money shouldn't be the reason why you should be happy or sad. Like power, money corrupts people. Very sad. Biblical facts about growing money. Proverbs 27 verses 23 and 24. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well thy herbs, for riches are not what? Forever. Be careful. Take stock. Know how you are. Know how big you are. Don't pretend to be what you are not. That's why you need to live within your means and know the state of your. How many of us know our bank balances? Bank balance. Do you know your bank balance? I didn't say you should tell me. Sister K, do you know your bank balance? Do you know your own? You don't know. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy what? Flocks. To know. So that you don't make promises you cannot fulfill. Know your words. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. Very important. Jesus said, I love this quote. More than any quote you can think of when you come to finances, this particular one. Jesus said, for which of you intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and counted the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it, lest, happily after he has laid the foundation, is not able to finish it. All that behold it began to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish it. I don't know how this will sound in the original language. But the word mock is a very serious statement. You began to build and you are not able to do what? Finish it. Imagine somebody who has borrowed money and he wishes to finish building so that he will rent it out and start recouping his investment. Now you are not able to finish it. Why? Why do you think that this person was not able to finish building? What was the reason behind it? He did not do what? He did not sit down and count the cost. And that is budgeting. Sit down. Know the value of risk you are about to take. It's very important. It doesn't cost you anything. In fact, that is the most important thing than anything you can think of. Whatever you want to do, count the cost. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 and also to 8. For thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening withhold not thy hand. For thou knowest not whether shall prosper, either this or that, or whether they both shall be what? Alike good. So what is this place talking about? Investments. A Christian, I think that's where Mr. Ruben Onbiko, there was a time he came to First Tag to make a presentation. From here he said that a Christian must have not less than 8 streams of income. He quoted this place. It means that you should have sources of what? Income. Even if it's not up to 8. But have what? Many sources of income, so that you can be able to do what? Survive if one stop yielding. The other one can be of help. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that he shall also do what? Reap. Financial goal. A financial goal is a target to aim for when managing your money. It can involve saving, spending, earning, or even investing, which can be driven by needs or wants. That means that your goals should be measurable, specific, time-oriented. Your financial goals are where you would like to be financially in the short time, mid-time, or long time. 7 smartest things you can do for your finances. 1, create spending plan or budget. If you are spending more than you earn, you will never get ahead. If you earn 100,000 and you spend 101,000, where do you think you get the extra 1,000? Eh? You borrowed it. So are you growing or you are sinking? You are sinking. You cannot spend above your means. It's a dangerous thing to do. In fact, it is a sure sign that your finances are heading for trouble. The best way to make sure that your income is greater than your expenses is to track your what? Expenses for a month or 2. And then create a budget. It can be very simple budget, but you should have one. You have to have budget. Pay off debt and stay out of debt. The Bible says you should owe no one anything. Am I right? Okay. One of the best things you can do for your finances is to pay off all of your debt. Mortgage, credit card, or loan. To get started, focus on your most expensive debt. Focus on your what? Most expensive debt. Debt is dangerous. It can humiliate you. In fact, the best way of getting a debt is to sit down and think of your means of repayment. In fact, your means of repayment is far better than even collecting the money. If you are not sure of your means of repayment, please leave that debt alone. I lent somebody money on early September, and the person told me less than 1 week. I think I gave that money around Monday. The person promised Friday, and up till now I have not been paid. Is that good? So stay out of debt as much as possible. But if it's inevitable, prayerfully seek God's intervention on your means of repayment. Set it. Tell the person, I will pay you So be sure of where you want to pay. If you are not sure, beg the person, please help me. Don't borrow. Am I correct? So that you will not disappoint the person and destroy your relationship with this person. This person I'm talking about is so important to me. And I have guided myself not to say anything. And I have not stopped us having flow of communication. I decided to value him above that money. I want to maintain the relationship. And I don't want to insult him. Because he has a family. So whatever, if I make any mistake, it's not only between me and him, but between me and the family. The children call me uncle. Do you understand? So that relationship is not important. But he is spoiling it. He has made the first mistake. He promised he didn't pay when he's supposed to pay. I ignore it. He said he has done it the second time. But the relationship is important. So you should value also your relationship with people. At worst, please, for the fact that God can give you far above whatever you are giving out, you can forfeit it. After all, you won't go to grave with money, am I right? Your God will bless you, you cannot even imagine it. So you can't because of whatever. Even if you have given the person all that you have, don't allow it to spoil your relationship. Because you may cause that person to miss heaven. You know, you can disgrace somebody that's owing you. And the person will start murmuring. The person will be bitter against you. And when somebody is bitter against you, how is the relationship between that person and God? It will be what? It will be affected. A lot of things will be affected. So do not see money more important than your fellow human being. Take note of that. Prepare for the future. Set 7 goals. 7 money for your future is crucial. If you don't set 7 goals and steadily work towards them, you will have to rely on credit when times get tough. You might even need to work through your retirement years to supplement your small government pension. Entering retirement may also be what? Delayed or impossible if you are in debt because you need enough money to make all of your payments. So, you need to prepare for tomorrow. Don't predict God. Don't say that God is coming very soon. And you start squandalizing your what? Your resources. I think why I said we should live as if Christ is coming next moment, Abi. And also prepare as if he's coming next 100 years. So, you have to have a balance in your planning. And that makes you a wise child of God. So prepare for tomorrow. If not, do you think a mechanic will retire? Who is self-employed here? Are you preparing for retirement? My mechanic in Lagos, I told him something, and it's good for those that are self-employed. I advise him. If I call him now, he will tell me, Oga, I'm still doing that thing you told me. I told him, if I have said it to another mechanic here in Eket, and the person appreciated me, say it's true. I told him, though you are self-employed, make sure every week you save at least 1,000 naira. At least. And in an account that you will not have access to. Keep it safe. Do you know why? As a mechanic, at a particular age, you will not have the strength you are having to lose nuts. You will be tired. Just like those working in government offices. A time will come, the government will say you should go what? You should go and rest. So if government can tell somebody to go and rest, you that is working for yourself, won't you rest? There come a time you'll be tired. You can no longer be able to work. In fact, a self-employed person should retire earlier than those working in government, if they are intelligent enough. Save something. That is a must. It's something you should do for yourself. My other brother used to tell me those days, pay yourself first. no matter how little. As you are going to see through the budget, you will see that you don't have any money. Not even me. I don't have anything. The majority of my money is money belonging to people. And because it's given to me, I think I have money. I don't have money. That's why money does not excite me. You will see why it is important, even if it's 500 naira, or even if it's 200, walk to the bank to an account that you will not access and keep it there for yourself. Very important. You see, when you see me driving car, you think I have money. It's a lie. The majority of money of this car belongs to the mechanic and fuel station. They are the one enjoying it. How much do I put on myself? I will see that we just park in the fuel station and count how much naira and give to a fuel seller. But myself, you will see what I will put, I will use to enjoy myself. How much have I eaten today? I ate small bread in the morning. Small bread. And that's the yam that I ate. That's all. Tell me how much this car is eating. Who is doing the work? And the one thinking the car doesn't think. Last night I fed this car with 4,600 naira. Yesterday and today I have not eaten up to that. Do you understand? It's how serious it is. You know, when they pay you salary, you think you have money. You don't have any money. You are not to see it. Do your homework before making major financial decisions or purchases. Many people will do more research before buying a TV than they will before purchasing an investment or buying a home. Television. As Boishoma, since he came, have you ever put on television? Okay. So people will make more research to buy the best television. But there's something that has to do with your internal life. Do you know you enter some home, they don't have Bible. Some home. I studied with the family yesterday. There was no Bible in that family. Apart from the one in the phone. Make sure that you are not one of them. Buying a home or saving for retirement are two of the biggest financial decisions most people will ever make. Sleep on it. Don't be hasty with big financial decisions. There are no major financial decisions or major purchases that need to be made on a spot. In fact, being pressured into making a hasty financial decision is one of the warning signs that the deal might not be as good as it seems. All worldwide opportunities will be there another day if you are patient. It is better to wait and learn a cheap lesson than hastily rush into something and learn an expensive lesson. When you take the time to sleep on big decisions, you have time to consider alternatives, evaluate whether you really need to do this, and probably get some other opinions or information. That's when you take time to work, to research. Take time to make your decisions. Don't rush because people are rushing. I remember when we were buying BB phone that time. My colleagues, that was when we got a job near me. They are buying and buying. Look, I don't worry myself. I continue to use what I do. To the extent they started insulting me. So don't be moved by what people are doing. Don't follow the multitude to rush. The Red Camry, I received so much insult on this Camry in Lagos, not in Ekiti. That's why it's good to go to countryside. Whatever you're using, you're wearing slippers. Nobody is looking at you. If I can't use this Camry and go on location where my colleague will be, I will not be able to do that. Because it's not that I'm ashamed, but they will insult you. They will say, change this car. In fact, it was like a song, a chorus in my office. But I ignored them. You know? In fact, this guy is about 10 years old. The Red Camry. And within that period, some of my colleagues have changed out to 3 times. But that doesn't move me. Stay married. Please don't worry so much about this, but just listen to it. Huh? Studies show that married people earn higher incomes, have twice the assets at retirement, and live on 25% less than what comparably single people will need to live the same lifestyle. Statistically speaking, staying married is good for your finances. Do you agree? You're not sure? That's why I say you should just leave it. Married people should be thinking about it. Dangerous income. You know, it's not income, have you? Some are very what? Dangerous. Embezzlement. Theft or misappropriation of funds placed in one's trust or belonging to one's employer. What is given to you to manage? For the sake of others, you embezzle it. The crime of secretly taking money that is in your care or that belongs to an organization or business you work for. It is called what? Embezzlement. Please don't do it. It refers to a form of white-collar crime in which a person or an entity intentionally misappropriates the asset entrusted to them. Do you know what happens to people that misappropriate funds? They misappropriate even themselves, their own. I'm coming. You know, I told you, have you ever stolen from yourself? Misappropriation. The act of stealing something that you have been trusted to take care of and using it for yourself. You wouldn't understand until you are in possession of money. You are in control of money and you have means, you can eat that money. You will know whether you can misappropriate or not. If you have not been in charge of money, you will think that person is very greedy. No, don't say that. Because you may be talking to yourself. Wrongful use, especially the dishonest or inappropriate use of others' funds, data, corruption. That is another national item in Nigeria. Am I right? Is there any dishonest or fraudulent behavior wherein someone uses their position of power to benefit themselves at the expense of others? Bribery. Do you know why I'm mentioning this? Let me tell you why I'm mentioning it. Do not allow any of this kind of money to enter your money. That's why I'm mentioning it. Do you know what it will do? It will destroy your real money. If you allow any of this kind of money, misappropriation, embezzlement, corruption, or bribery to enter your money, it will destroy it. Why? Because God cannot bless it. It's an offering given, receiving or soliciting of anything of value to influence the heart of an official or other person in charge of a public or legal duty. Avoid unnecessary gifts. You can endanger your life. Exodus 23 verse 8 says, "And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blinded the wise and perverted the ways of the righteous." Have you ever misappropriated anything under your care? Personal budgeting. Content of budget. I think you need to now pay very close attention. We have actually laid a foundation. In budgeting, in personal budgeting, we have what we call income and expenditure statements. We have income, we have expenditure, and we have vote book. Income and expenditure. This is a summary of your words. That is income and expenditure statements. This is a summary of your income and what? Expenses. The summary. That example of income statements. Personal, 2023 personal budget. Okay? Income and expenditure statement for 2023. Now, if you look at the second column, the details, you have income, Abi. So if you have cash brought forward, you have salary, you have rental income. I just add those ones. There are some people that have only one source of income, which is what? Salary. But there are some people that may have maybe a house they have built in which somebody rented. Or some people can dash you money, sundry income, or an investment. Other kinds of what? Investment. So when you add it up, you have the total. You have the expenditure under it. So when you minus the total income from the total expenses, what do you have? You either, if the income is above expenses, you have surplus. But if the income is less than expenses, means you must have borrowed. You have deficit what? Budget. Income, money received, especially on regular basis, for work or through investment, refers to the money that a person or an entity receives in exchange for their labor or products. Sample of income, that is it. Rental income, salary, rental income, sundry income, and investment. Expenditure. The total amount of money that a person spends for a specific period of time. Let me scroll down a bit, I will come up again. Do you see the expenses? How many? 22. Huh? Do you see the income? What is it telling you? That is how it is. You see where there is problem? Because the income is very small, but the expenses is what? Numerous. All right. In my personal budget, the first one is always tight, and the second one is offering. Okay? So you see them, house upkeep, personal savings. You know, personal savings is an expenses. Are you aware? Yes. Yeah, it's an expenses. Transportation to work and others. House rent, electricity bill, waste bill, school fees, barbing hair and hairdressing. Fueling and maintenance of generator. Support for family members. Support for others. Security bill. DSTV bill. I can't remember when I paid last. Telephone bill. Bank charges. You think that these studies are not having effect? It does. Imagine I'm not paying my DSTV bill. It's not a Bible study. You watch it in example. Because only thing you watch in the television is home video now. That's what you can sit and cross your leg and watch. So we are all watching home video and football. What we do with the television? So DSTV is no longer in use. Apart from strong. And you see, let me tell you something. You see, free things, we don't appreciate it. Free things, just like our salvation. You see, strong is here you can get both channels. And it's free. And we don't care about it. But DSTV, you pay a lot of money to keep it on. And people rush it. Telephone bill, bank charges, disbursements at wife's discretion. It's important to. If you want to sleep well, that budget is important. I will show you another budget that is important to women. Just pay attention. Fund for personal disbursement. That is a person that is making the money. Cooking gas, medical and toiletries, and sundry expenses. My wife loves sundry expenses. Sorry for that spelling there. It says S-U-N-D-R-O-Y. D-R-O-Y. That shouldn't be A. Because why? You know, sundry expenses. You can spend anything that is not in the budget. It's sundry expenses. So anytime we finish preparing our budget, my wife will say, where is sundry? Where is miscellaneous? Vote book. This is an account book used to monitor expenditure and ensure that there is no extra budgetary spending. It is designed in spreadsheet software and linked to the expenditure. It is the entry where the actual amount charged for expenditure will be entered. Vote book is very key. You need vote book. You know, if at the end of session and you wish to have a personal budget, then that is when I will give you the practical and detail. Content of vote book. You have the title or expenditure here. That is like, for instance, tithe. Tithe will have its own word, vote book. We are going to see the sample. Excuse me. We are going to see the sample. You will see date, budget code, description, subcode, record of specific expenses, total budgeted expenditure or approved. You now see the current balance and accumulated total expenditure. That's things you will see in vote book. Look at a sample of vote book. You see the title, tithe, Abi? You see the date. You see budget code. You see the description. You see subcode. You see the amount you spend. So that row, each row contains each specific expenditure. We are going to see it in detail. So, and you will see the proof. You see the balance, and you see the total expenditure. Sample of simple spending strategy or budget. Salary of 120,000. Is it okay? I just choose a figure. This is not my salary. My salary may be lower. Do you understand? That it may be higher. So it's not my salary. I just fix it. And it's neither your salary anyway. Can we go on with this one? Eh? Who wants it lower? You want it lower? Let's go with this one. Don't worry. You will prepare budget. We are here now. The only thing I will plead with the managers of the program is that, please, you know, I've been teaching budget, but I have not taught it in this form. So I wouldn't even know how long I will take. But I will finish very soon. I will try to manage time. But I have not taught it to, I have not examined it, and I didn't even have time to rehearse it. So please, bear with me. Salary of 120. This is sample of expenditure record book. Because of the inflow of expenditure, I have to declare my 2023 budget on 28th of December 2022. And I bought a new record book. I suspended 2022 own. And I started recording. So, this is a sample of a record book. Okay? And you record everything that you spend. You record everything that you spend. Please take note. I just fixed those things. It's not what I posted on my book. Thank you. Income. 120,000. Somebody that's earning 120,000. Let me ask you whether you're following. How much do you think that the person's annual salary will be? Huh? 2.4? Okay, now if you want to answer, can you raise up your hand? $144. Yes. 1,440,000. So that's salary of 120,000. The annual income, total annual income is what? 1,440,000. I just assume that the person at the end of the year, the person has about 50,000 naira that he did not spend. So he now what? He brings it forward. So he has a rental income, maybe one room self-contained too, in two places. Maybe they are paying the person 100,000. I was assuming. Then we have sundry income. Maybe people dash you money. You got money from other places. Maybe amounted to 100,000. I'm talking about the whole year. It can be more than that. The investment income, it will be money you put somewhere for interest basis and you generate something. You can see how much the person is making. 1,890,000 naira per annum. You know, some of you are millionaires. Amen. But you didn't know because you don't have budget. I'm telling you the truth. If you do budget, you will know you are a millionaire. You will see your turnover. You marvel. Sample of expenditure. Now, somebody like anyone 20,000 in a month. How much is the person's tithe? 12,000. Simple. It doesn't take anything to it. Then if you are paying, I just estimated it. I know some people used to pay 30%, but I don't know them all. So I estimate what I did is that peradventure you are paying 50% of that tithe as offering. You can choose your own. You can pay the same another 12,000. But anyway, you are paying your tithe. Make sure you are using it for God's work. Do you know why? God will not hold the church responsible. God will hold you responsible. Yes. That's what the Spirit of prophecy says. Anywhere you're paying your tithes, if it's not being used for God's purpose, protest or write to them and tell them you are paying tithes and it's not being used for the purpose. That you are not seeing it being used. So that you free yourself from being blamed by God. You are responsible to your what? Tithes, not the church. House upkeep. So out of the 120,000 naira, if you remove 35,000 naira for feeding, for house upkeep, you remove personal saving, you try to save 5,000. Transport and all that, 4,400. The transport, I calculated it at 200 naira per day, times 22 days in a week. That was how I got to 4,400. House rent of 200,000. So when you divided the house rent into 12, you get 16,666 naira point 67 kobo. Electricity bill, I estimated it. Who pays more than this? Is anyone paying more than this in electricity? Oh, yes. I'm sorry about that. Okay, waste bill, 1,000 naira. School fees. School fees, 18,750 naira per month. Do you know how I arrive at that? If you have 3 children, and they are paying 25,000 naira per term, and they are 3. How much is it per term for 3 of them? 75,000. How many terms do we have in a year? 3. So 75,000 times 3. That is 2,250. 225,000. So if you divide 225,000 naira by 12, you get what? 18,750 naira. So that is what you need to be gathering for school fees. For 3 children that are attending schools that are paying per child 25 naira. 25,000, sorry, please. It takes pen to prepare budgets, but it's worth it. It saves you a lot of headache. Barbing hair and hairdressing. Because I spent 600 naira on barbing my hair per month. So, can I see it's just 3,600. You see the one that is coming to me, 600 naira times 12. It's not to 3,000, so this one is including Madam's own for hairdressing. You see, what is I'm enjoying, part of the thing I'm enjoying very small. I'm not started analyzing this one. Fueling and maintenance of generator, 4,000 naira. That is per month. You are see the month and the annual, Abi. Support for family members, 5,000. You can see 5,000 is what I'm using on myself, 600 naira, and I'm giving out what? 5,000. Support for others, 5,000. That is 10,000. Security bill, 500. DSTV, 2,950 naira. That's what I used to recharge before. Plus bank charges. Telephone bill, 7,000. You know, I'm using this thing for salary of 120. Abi? There are some people that they are only data. Only data. They will spend more than what? 7,000. Bank charges per month. Disbursement at wife's discretion. Why did my own change? The person that is making the money is, no, this is not the amount. It's supposed to be 7,000. So it's a mistake. Disbursement at wife's discretion, 5,000. Fund for personal disbursement. Why did I use the word personal? That is the husband or the person making the money. Do you understand? So it's supposed to be 7,000. So that was a mistake. Cooking gas, 9,000. Even cooking gas is eating more than you. Medical toiletries, etc., 8,000. Sundry expenses, 4,550 naira. Total, 157,500. 157,500 is more than 120. Am I right? But why do you think it's up to that? Look at the annual now, total. 1,890,000. That is the same thing with the income now. Have you forgotten? So why do you think the monthly expenditure is more than 120,000? Who can answer? There are other means of income to supplement, to support what? The 120. So that you're able to pull this bill. Now, there's one thing I want you to understand. Among all the monies here, all the expenditures, which one is your money? Is electricity bill your money? Eh? It's not. Personal savings. Okay. Let's try to agree, but you are not yet spending it. So you are saving it. It's the bank that will be trading with it. House upkeep. Is it your money? You see, what you call your money is something you use as you wish and nobody will query you. That is your money. If you use the electricity bill as you wish, you will be in darkness. It's not your money. Do you understand? And if you use it for something else, you stay in darkness because of what? Misappropriation. And misappropriation is corruption, and it's an embezzlement, and it's stealing. Transport to work. Is it your money? Who does it belong to? If you misappropriate it, you will trek. Yes, you will trek mercilessly, and you will be sweating. Eh? You can claim that you are doing a meal work, but you are trekking. Why? Because you have misappropriated the money. What of tithe? Can you do anything with tithe? What did Malachi said? You are a robber, a thief. So you think that the money for tithe and electricity, their sanctity is so... Who owns the whole money? Who owns the whole money? 100%. God. And he allows you to stay somewhere so that you can pay your electricity bill and pay your tithes. And you say you want to pay tithes, you will not pay later. You are a thief. Yes. If you eat the money meant for your waste bill, you carry the dustbin. Oh. You know where you are going to throw it away, but you have to carry it. Your school fees. The school fees, if you don't keep that money, you will see them coming back home. Chukwebuka, what happened? Mommy, they sent us home that we have not paid school fees. Well, they are the same thing with barbing and fueling. So the question is, the only money you can use as you wish. If you spend money meant for telephone bills, you will not connect with Tawaso. Abi? And you will not be able to display the devotional in your WhatsApp. Abi? So you will be living a bit in darkness. And you cannot make calls. Can you stay without making calls? It's always difficult. Because you must reach out to people. Like you have a relationship with people. So, cooking gas. If you don't give the gas company their money, will you eat? And you can't use firewood now because you must buy it. Whatever you want to do, you will spend money. Medical, sundry expenses. Now, do you now know why people run into trouble? It's because when they are paid 120,000, do you know what they do? They put it into their pockets. You carry people's money and put it in your pocket. And you see them excited. You know, money excites people. They think they have money. What they have in that money is not even up to 10,000 naira, their own. That nobody will ask them questions. Every other penny in that money, you will be asked. Who will ask you? You. You see somebody waking up after salary. It happened in my office. That was what made me. You don't learn this in the school. Oh. Sorry, don't learn it in school. I worked in budget unit. I worked in budget unit almost 8 years. I could not prepare my personal budget for one. So you can't. It's hard. I used to tell people there are two things we are not taught how to manage. One is money. And everybody assume you can manage money. That's true. But how many people know that to manage? How many people know that the money in their pocket does not belong to them? Two, how to manage a woman. They will tell you go and marry. They will not teach you how to manage a woman. Even to how to manage a man. Who has ever sit anybody down and taught that person how to manage a woman? If you are a man. Nobody. That was why you will enter marriage. You will be looking for a way to get out of it. If not the grace of God. Sample of income and expenditure. So, income must be equal what? The expenses. It should not exceed. So when you have taken time and pen to list what your salary should take care of, almost everything is captured there, am I right? Including your support for other people. You structure it according to what? Your earning. So that when people are coming for help, you know what to give. You know what you cannot give. You send, as the money comes, you keep the one for upkeep. You structure it. You start what? Taking care of things. You leave the money. The money should not dictate to you how you should conduct yourself. You will dictate to that money. You tell the money, see how you should go. You walk away. So that you will not see salary. You will start being excited. Because you know that the majority of the money is going somewhere. And when you disburse it, you walk away. So, income. This is an income and expenditure statement. I think I've said much of that. Okay? Now we go to vote book. This is how the vote book will look like. You see the salary for 24th December 2021. For instance now, what I'm using to begin my 2023 is my salary, December salary. Do you understand? Salary is paid at the end of the month. So for 2023 January, you use your December salary 2022 to start. You share it as it will be able to last for you to end of January. So by end of January, they will pay you what? Another salary. You plan it. So that is our 12,000. So at the end of the month, I'll be 144,000. So you don't need somebody to tell you that belongs to somebody. And it belongs to who? God. That is the sample of, that is the title, tithe. You can see it's arrow 1. Arrow means recurrent. So recurrent 1 is what? Tithe. Recurrent 2 is what? Offering. Now we are going to practical. I've said a lot, Abby. So let us have some practicals so that we'll be able to know whether actually we have understanding of what we are talking about. So we are going to be in three groups. What you are going to do is you are going to choose a salary figure. Choose a salary figure and apportion. If what you are, as you are going to apportion it, you may not use exactly what I use. In that group, just streamline based on what you think that is relevant. The one that is not relevant, silence it, remove it, and add. You can add, you can remove. Do you understand? So you are going to be 3. I want 10 groups. 3. Are we together? So after that, we'll round up. I will share 2 documents. One, you are going to use one. You are going to fill one for me. It's mostly the adults. Just whatever you choose. According to that expenditure, fill it for me. I will collect it back. Amen. Can we sing that hymnal again? 613. Fight the good fight with all thy might. That first stanza. Almighty Father in heaven, in your words you said that wisdom is a principal thing, and in all our getting we should get understanding. All that we are studying will be meaningless if we are not in it. You give us wisdom. Even enlighten your children far above what I might have said. That through your grace we will be disciplined in management of our finances. As we continue this practical aspect, may your Holy Spirit guide us even unto the end in Jesus' name. So you will see the monthly and annual. For those online. So 3 people. So you choose the salary, the income, so salary.